over in the GT World Finals earlier in the week. But here at the SFR, he's got 68 points, and he is in second place. He only sits just behind Turismo Deafy. Turismo Deafy is out in front. Just trying to find Marzan, see if we can't get to him. I've got all the AMS boys here, but I'm looking to talk to Marzan. Is he around? I think they're out. I think for those listening in, I think he's out there driving still. So we'll give him a second. But yeah, it has been a week where some things will change coming into the round 5. So we've got there's going to be a tyre regulation change, which I think is important to know about if you're following. For it will not be implemented here today. Same as always, they've got free range, do what they want. But, yeah, we're just waiting at the moment. So let's go check if Marzan's around. I haven't got him yet. Unfortunately, I haven't got Marzan. Give us 2 seconds, and we'll see if we can't muster him up. We're waiting to talk to Marzan, but if that doesn't happen, we might just have to skip it early on. Marzan's here. You've got your mic muted, Marzan. There we go.
Yeah.
How you going, mate? How's the week been? Everyone knows you're overseas in Paris, so that's a massive talking point. But yeah, how you feeling?
Yeah, I feel pretty cool in both topics. Yeah.
Hang on, sorry, I just missed what you said there.
Yeah, I feel pretty good today. I mean, both topics, fucking Paris and the race today. Actually, the race, I'm a little cool, but I'm gonna warm up during the race.
Yeah, good. And you're driving the same car you got in the Paris race. Is that just an absolute fluke for you?
Yeah, you know, my teammate just called me the Paris guys. Yeah, you know, I'm always representing that car. I actually love that car.
Yeah, the Mercedes, it's a decent car. The BOP, I don't think the BOP's off at all. And I don't think many people drive it. The Lexus seems to be the one that's out in front. But yeah, how do you feel the Mercedes racks up against everything else out there?
Well, the machine is pretty good overall. I mean, talking about tire wear, it feels pretty nice. Actually, I know I'm going to take a little advantage in the start. So hopefully I'm going to be P1 probably in the T1. So it's just basically trying to survive, see how long I can survive being the P1.
Yeah, you've got 68 points. You're behind Deafy. Deafy's out in front. He's in the Lexus. And you're going to say T1. You're in front. Does that mean that at the end of the laps here today, it's Marzan first?
Sorry?
I was just saying you've got 68 points. You're sitting behind Deafy in the championship. You said T1, you're going to be out in front. Are you going to be
Yeah, no problem.
winning the race today?
Yeah, no, I will try my hard to get to P1, but you just kind of surviving tire wear. I mean, it's 31 laps. I mean, I can start first, but everything is about consistent and just trying to maintain that pace. So I will work hard to try that in this race.
Well, good luck out there today, and thank you so much for talking to us. And good luck. I hope you win it and put it to Deafy.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks, Marzan. Well, we'd like to talk a lot longer, but they've got a race to do. So that was Amos Marzan. He was, you might have known, he was at the GT World Finals earlier this week. So he's been busy, and he was actually driving the Mercedes in those exact championships. So he knows this car well, as you were saying. Low tyre wear. He thinks it's pretty good. He thinks he's going to beat Deafy off the start. He's our championship leader. So we hope we see that happen. Now, the next question is, I've got to get this thing started. Let them know that we're good to go, and let's do it. It's a bit of an antiquated way to do it, but it's the only way we've got right now. So as you can see, that's Marzan, 68 points. He actually sits on 68 points this week with Deafy. He's out in front. He's still leading the championship. Deafy's got 102. And then Doogie, another Apex Motorsport driver, 44 points. Gumball's got 28. Oh, they're not in order. So actually, I don't even know. It'll definitely Marzan second, so Marzan's got 68, and then our next highest one is Brooksy, rather. So Brooksy's got 64, and then Doogie will be fourth with, Doogie's not, Neen Tisto, rather, fourth with 50, and then it's Doogie. So I keep putting Doogie up. Doogie's in the Dodge. Anyway, we're going to see a lot of racing out there today, thanks to Stronger Together, Full Attack, and Rockefeller. Qualifying's done. They're going to be sorting the grid. My name's Josh from Demo 1 Garage. You've talked to me before. Let's do this again. And looks like they've got about a minute to go. So we respect your patience, but we haven't got far to go now. Anyway, here we go. Let's do it. A race is happening. Sorry to everyone that's been in the chat as well. I haven't been able to get to your messages until now, so we're about to go and check them. We've got YouTube and Facebook as well, so thank everyone who's joined us on those. Got Smurf here, Vix in the house as well. Full Attack Motorsports is here, Emula Racing. Dodo's here, and Brooksy's here. Brooksy, you're not racing today, Brooksy. Did I see you? Did I see you out there at all? I thought I did. Nadia's here. Nicholas Rotary Schaefer's in the house. Darian Roy. What's going on, boys? Good luck from Nicholas. This is it. The race is happening. This is the SFR GT Challenge Division number 1. Sorry if you're going to hear all the background noise. It looks like Deafy has taken the lead. And then it's Cooper. Marzan got third today. Bill and Rodrigo in fifth. So that's your top 5. Here we go, race is beginning. Deafy on the front row with Apex Motorsports Cooper in behind. I don't think I've seen anyone start the grid there. And they're underway. Look at that. It was a quiet start. But we're underway, and Deafy's been beaten by Marzan. Marzan was right. Marzan said he'd do it, and up into turn 1, Marzan's leading, and it looks like Bill in the Corvette might get around the outside of Deafy before turn 2, or they've been touched, but they hold the line, and Bill is in third. Rodrigo's behind. Deafy for the first time has a car behind, and it looks like Marzan has got a point to prove. He had a lot of contentious calls against him in the GT World Championships, and what a better way to prove it, that he can drive that Mercedes, and he can drive it cleanly, than in the SFR Challenge. Anyway, he's got the lead from Deafy, then it's Bill, Rodrigo, Turismo Rodrigo, Erky, Doogie's down. Oh, big accident with Bill, and Deafy was involved with that. We've got cars out wide at Lesmo 1. We'll have to get a replay of that. I'm not sure if that was lag. It was. I didn't even see the red flag was called from Q Racer there. Damn it! Damn it! I thought we had a crazy race on our hands. Anyway, we'll get back into it. Red flag. I didn't even see it. I've got glare on my screen today, and yeah, I didn't even see it. Oh, that was exciting. I'm gonna go close the blinds. Alright, so we're going to get a restart. Not sure what Beloff's happening here. Beloff can't get his car out. Grid's accurate. But we had a really interesting start. We had the championship leader here. Where's he gone? This man. We had the championship leader beaten to the front by Marzan. Marzan said he'd do it, and he did. He led the field all the way around to Lesmo 1 until we had that accident, and even Deafy was involved in that accident. I think there was a bit of lag or something happening, but anyway, Bill did well. Let's see what can happen. This is the restart number 2. This is round 4. It's Division 1. It's the top boys. Deafy on the front row. We're going to watch Marzan this time. He's third. He's on row number 2. And that's Bill, Rodrigo, Gnarly Wall, Mean Tisto, Erky, Doogie, and Catch is the top 10. You can hear them. They're ready to go. Revving high here at Monza, the Italian circuit. It's a home one for Rocky. There's the lights top of your screen. Green light underway. And look at this. Deafy, he learned a lot in that first run, but Marzan was blocked up from Deafy. But Marzan again, he's just got the speed and the pace, and he goes around the outside of Deafy, and Deafy once again is on the back foot. Oh, look at this! It's a drag race for 2 of them. Red flag again. What has happened up the back? Is there something happening up the back? The reason they're all spinning around is the red flag. Don't know. Is there anyone left on the grid? We didn't see anyone, did we? If it happens again, it will be it'll just be that's it. So what this means is Deafy now has had twice he's learnt the tactics of Marzan off the start of the line. So Deafy's really got an advantage. Where Marzan right now, he needs to pull something out of his back pocket, something he hasn't used yet. I don't know what the red flag was for. I don't know if anyone out there's seen it. We're just waiting. So it's been a bit of a delay, unfortunately, getting started. Yeah. Brooksy says much better start from Cooper that time. We're going to see what happens. I think some are having to leave the room, clear their cake. Or quiche. I like calling it cake. Cookies and cake. And get back in the room. And then we can start with this again. But the race at Monza underway. soon. They're just going to do burnouts and stuff. But yeah, red flag. Don't know why. I'm not sure. I can't go back and do a replay, unfortunately, to find out. I don't know what the red flag was for, Emula. I don't know. I really don't know. We're being told Belof's been stuck on the grid, so that'll be why he's left the room. So we were too busy watching the front guys go for it. We totally missed Belof getting stuck. So that was from Nicholas Rotary Schiffer. He's let us know that one. Thank you. Yeah, someone was stuck on the grid. I wasn't sure who it was. Now, he's worked hard on his livery this week as well. So it's a little bit different to what you've seen before, but the green machine's still in action. And that's confirmation down there in the chat. If you're stuck, final attempt, you must exit. So here we go. We're going to do the final restart. We haven't had this problem very often. So it's a rare one here, but we've used all the final restart options that we get. And it's the grid waiting and flashing at Monza. It's Deafy, Cooper, Marzanville, Rodrigo, Nali, Ningtis, Durgi, and Catch for your top 10. Watch the lights at the top of your screen. It's going to go red, then green. It'll be Deafy and Cooper. Waiting for it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. It's Deafy away. Cooper's getting a bit of wheel spin. But look at that. Marzan now goes around the outside and he's got the inside line for turn number 1. This is what he wanted because this is where Deafy got around the outside of him. And Deafy at the moment, he's trying to block off a lot of runs. And there's been some people punted up into turn 1. That happens. That happens. I don't know who that was. Was anyone stuck? I haven't heard the red flag being called. Marzan around. Bill and Cooper now. They're just going to battle together. I think so. We've had whoever got stuck has had to leave the room. That was probably Belof. And at the moment, our leader is Marzan. He's being tailed by Deafy, the championship leader. And Deafy, for the first time this season, is now trailing another car. And it looks like it could be for more than a lap. Let's see what happens here today. The Lexus versus the Mercedes. Mercedes driven by Marzan at the GT World Finals. He finished 7th. There was some contentious steward calls. You could maybe say the same thing. We'll watch the start, or at least those bumps up into the first chicane. We'll watch them soon. There was a few people punted, braking too late. But at the moment, this is our sprint for the race. At the moment, Marzan's got the hot line. He's going to try to break the slipstream. And Deafy, will he? No, he doesn't try. Deafy might go for an outside run here. The Lexus is quick in a straight line. And he's going to have that run again when we get around. Getting around the parabolica now. Marzan looks to have that nailed. He got a bit of time on Deafy through there. Deafy just follows. You can see Marzan now trying to make that as straight as possible. Now Deafy, he's trying to look for space. But there's a lot of Apex boys behind him. Marzan's trailing. Deafy's got the lead, but Marzan with the inside line. This could be better for defense. Into turn 1. Deafy goes around. Brakes glow hot. Oh, Deafy controls it as he just holds it outside of the sandpit. Excuse me. And there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I've got a... You wouldn't think I'd have the cough today. It is so hot, so it's definitely not a cold. I think I just need to get some liquid. But Marzan's holding off his teammate at the moment. He doesn't want that. He wants to follow Deafy through. Deafy. He's a quick man. Look at this. We've got 4 cars at the moment for the battle for first. Cooper's the last one. Oh, he's run very wide through Lesmo too. Cars are running through nicely. That's Deafy, Miles and Bill, Cooper, or Apex, and 1 Turismo boy. Deafy's got it. Keep the speed high through here. Marzen now, he's going to be following the best he can. Hopefully he can keep in behind. This is the start. You can see Marzen got off the line very well, and he had the lead. There was a bit of a bump behind. I don't know who caused it. I think Deafy got a bump from Cooper there. I will have to check my sources on that. But Marzen had the lead nicely. Coming into the start of lap 3. And that's how it looks. There are the gaps. And this is Marzen. Look at the run he's got. Look at this. This boy, he's on a run. He's got the inside line up into number 1. And he gets the overtake around the outside of Deafy there. That was beautiful. We're watching Marzen here at the moment. He's got 68 points. In the championship, the leader 102. So Marzen's got the lead back from Deafy. We'll go back and give you a quick look at that. This is what it looked like. You can see Marzen just got in front, and Deafy had to just accept it. So today it is the redemption run for Marzen, and Deafy right now is the first time we've seen him under so much pressure for so long. And don't forget, next round we'll have a regulation change as well, a mandatory medium compound, which will even change things up even more. So today they're going to have to they've got free range on regulation today. But imagine the battles we're going to see next week when they're forced to change onto a compound for the first time. Don't know, can Deafy do it? We've had a few people left the room, so I don't know if Deafy though, with 1 squealing on the brakes, and he gets just around the outside of Marzen there. A beautiful move up into Parabolica. Now, Marzen, look at this. They're just exchanging slipstreams here at the moment. We will check the rest of the field. We're on lap number 4. But Marzen, can he do it into 1? Oh, the first chicane around the outside. These two are putting on one hell of a show. Deafy gets knocked out wide, but I will give that to Marzen there. And now they're following it up. Marzen is just going to be behind. Deafy, I think, has got the top end here. For the first time, we've seen leaders with a little bit of damage on the back end of the cars there. We've never really seen scratches and marks before. So it's been a little bit of a physical one here today. But still, we've still got all 4 cars. Even a Toyota Supra, new Toyota Supra coming for GT Sport, the Toyota Supra Cup. Let's check the rest of the field. Catcher's got the best of the rest right now. He's got 5th, and he's leading that field, and he's trying to catch up to that train of Apex and Deafy cars. And then it's Neen Tisto and the other Toyota Supra. Erky's got 7th right now. Souza. Got the rainbow colours. Turismo Rodrigo, first Turismo car. He's down in 9th there. J-Mag, he's in 10th right now. The other catch, Rockefeller Racer, is 11th. Another STR driver, 12th. And that's Q Racer. It's got the New Zealand livery, never again. And it's Doogie in 14th. And that's where we sit at the moment. So Doogie must have had something happen to him somewhere. Unfortunately, we've not seen it. Was he there when the overtake was happening? At the front? No, he wasn't. He was 9th. So back on lap 3, Doogie was 9th. Something's happened. Now here's the front. We can't look away for a second. There's always something happening right now. It's Deafy and Marzan coming up in the second chicane. Marzan's got the inside line. Just touches Deafy, and they're around. They're going to be free to do that. And Deafy now comes up to Lesmo 1. Marzan follows the rest of the Apex team with him as well. Catch is actually up in the 4th. So Apex, Bill's down there. So Bill's had a bit of a shocking run somewhere, and he's got a lot of cars ready to pounce on him. So much happening here today. Deafy got the lead. It's only 6/10 at the moment. This is the biggest lead we've seen him have. Through Ascari. Marzan's pushing hard. And he's going to want to try and catch up to the boy in front. Let's see what he can do through Parabolica. Just listen to him. Marzan's ripping that one hard. Look at this. He's going to get it done. Look at that slipstream. Look how good that's working for him. On the brakes. They touch. Deafy. That wouldn't be his ultimate line through there, and he has to control it a little bit. Marzan will have to be a little bit more careful come the next run around. But that 6/10 gap dropping to 3/10. Cooper's got 3rd right now, and he's got a gap on Catch. So Catch has inherited a position. And Bill is now fighting off a gaggle of cars. Erky looks to make one up the inside. Will he get it done? Not today. Super close. Bill with the back end out. And Erky, he's going to be there ready. Rodrigo's got 8th. So Rodrigo's moved up 1. He was sitting in 9th for a while. And right now we're just watching to see if Bill can hold off Erky right now. Rest of the cars getting through Lesmo 2. Got to be careful. It's very easy to run wide through there. Looks like they've held them off. 31 laps here. We're on lap number 6 here at Monza. This is the SFR GT Challenge. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Josh from Demo 1 Garage. As always, you can find me at that website. It takes you straight to the Facebook, but we're on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Now let's have a look up the front. Will something happen at Parabolica? Not yet. Deafy 9/10. Looks like that lead is now starting to grow. Let's see if Marzan can't do it again. With the slipstream, I know it works. I don't know if he's going to be close enough. Vic Daughtry's Catch does have the fastest lap, 1:47.119. So 1.16. Wow, look at Deafy. Deafy just finds a different level when he needs to. We're on board with Marzan. His lap time 1:48.112. Let's have a look. See what the leader's doing. $1:47.556. So Catch has just done a 1:47.119. Was it this lap? Catch has done that. No, he did a 1:48.221. So I don't know when Catch did that. He must have had a slipstream, but he's holding it. I just saw Erky holding on. Where is Bill gone? There's Rodrigo. He's moved up a hell of a lot of spots. Is that him down in 10th? It is. What has happened to Bill? Unfortunately, I don't know when he went off. But Bill is down into 10th right now. I wonder if he's gone wide down at one of the Lesmos. But now he's behind J-Mag. He was holding off Erky for a long time, but Erky's got 5th. So it looks like 4th and 5th. They're starting to pull away a tiny little bit from their partners in crime. Rodrigo, though, will have a lot of pressure as he's got Souza and Nintisto. He's trying to break that slipstream. Look at him go. As we come across the start-finish line now, and Souza pulls out wide in that rainbow Porsche. Rodrigo's going to hold the inside line. That's a better line. He has lost it, though. Souza gets him. Nintisto, they're all touching through there. Oh, Rodrigo almost goes around. This could be drama. Bill has moved up into 8th spot through all that. How did that happen? Let's go and have a check it out. So this is Bill coming up. Let's see what happened. Look at everyone in front. They were struggling for position. Look at this. He's just gone around the outside of Nintisto. And that's Bill up in 8th. So Bill on a bit of a move. He's back to 11th. We go to a replay and Bill loses 3 spots. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that. He lost it. Did he get punted there? I think he might have. So he's back to 11th right now. Let's have a look. Oh no, looks like he's just missed his braking zone completely. So Bill, with a bit of a brain fade right there, and he's down to 11th spot. Deafy, 2.3 seconds right now. That's through Parabolica, and that's going to be lap 8 completed. It's Marzan there. He's got 68 points currently. It's Marzan there on the left. He's doing well in 2nd. That's Cooper for the Apex Motorsport team, the highest rated Toyota Supra in this race. And he's in 3rd, and he could pose a threat to Marzan before this race is over. There's Catch as well. Still holds the fastest lap. 148.8 though for his last lap, so it's not quite the same pace, but he's in 4th. There's Erky in 5th. In the other AMG Mercedes here. And he's got a good 3 seconds either side of him. Here's Rodrigo in the Viper though. He's got Souza behind. There's been some good battles happening down here. Oh, some contact between Souza and Rodrigo. Rodrigo holds out in the 512 car. And J-Mag and Nintisto in behind are going for it as well. Up into Lesbo 1, side by side. J-Mag's in front. And Nintisto has to hold off for now. Oh, there's a lot of touching here at Monza. It's one of those tracks. Oh, Rodrigo goes wide. Oh, more touching. J-Mag. It's going to be an equity and diversity officer. I think at the end of this one, so much touching going on. Rodrigo, though, I don't know how he held his line. Let's have a look. So where are we? J-Mag is in 9th. This is lap 9. This is coming up to Lesmo 1. I don't know if we're going to hold on to that long. This is where Souza just touched Rodrigo, and Rodrigo just held his line, and then we came up into Lesmo 1, and just so much happened. I'm going to stick with Rodrigo because he had a lot happen behind him. Into Lesmo 2. Oh, he has gone wide. He's gone across, hit Souza. Souza's been upset. And they were touching all the way down up into Ascari. That replay held on for a long, long time, so I'm glad it did. J-Mag is in. Let's have a look. Let's go through the field again because there's been a lot happening. Deafy leads 2.7. Marzan 1.6, 1.5 seconds from Cooper for the other Apex Motorsport team. They're just coming through the Lesmos now. Catch is there with them. He's 4th. Erky's 5th. And then it's Rodrigo in 6th. J-Mag in 7th. And then Souza in 8th. Just going to watch. Rodrigo, does he get it right this time? He's not two-faced. And Bill behind. Nice and clean. Stronger together racing right now. Pretty happy with that. Then it's Bill in 9th. Doogie in 10th, and he's got Q-Racer there with him in 11th. Let's see if Q-Racer can't get him into Ascari, or if Doogie's going to block the run. Fantastic effort there from Doogie. He's actually built a gap through Ascari. A lot of confidence. Oh, Marzan's gone into the pits. So's Catch. So Catch has followed the GT World finalist in. Here we go. He's going to leave. And he's leaving. And he's going to rejoin the track in 3rd position. That's a great stop for Marzan. Bill will take 4th. And Catch will come out just behind in 5th. So not too many positions lost for those deciding to stop early. Turismo Deafy, he's now got a 4.2 second lead because of that. Is he happy with his tyres, or is he going to be coming in at the end of the lap? Is the next big question. Cooper as well, he's going to try and build on that lead. Or will he try to eat into... Will he continue on and become a bit of a buffer for Marzan here today? This is Marzan. You can see the field will now start to separate. Bill's up into 4th. Rodrigo's been involved in a lot of battles here today. That's 7th for him. Through Ascari. Holds off Neen Tisto. Cooper goes in. So the other AMS boy, Ethan Toyota, is in as well. He was on the softs. He's likely going to exit on the softs, which is what he does. He's going to come out in 3rd spot. He's actually going to... oh, look at that. He's actually undercut Catch. Catch has lost out a lot there. Catch was up there in 4th. Catch is now 5th. Beale's got that. And Cooper will hold 3rd. And Marzan. So that the lead's now 15 seconds, but don't let that, scare you too much. He's yet to pit. He's probably not slowing down at all, though, is he? 148.8 was the last lap here from Deafy. Marzan on some new tyres. 147.9. That's actually going to make a bit of a difference. So we'll get to it. That's Cooper in 3rd. And he's done his pit stops as well. So a lot of the front runners, they're done. This is where it's going on. Catch and Bill. Catch has got the slipstream. Up to Ascari. He's got to get the car slowed down. What am I doing? Catch has done it. I feel like I've been away from the keyboard for too long. Look at this. Bill's going to have another run. As we come up towards Parabolica, the Corvette and the Aston Martin. Catch has gone defensive. He's already gone the inside line. He's hit that inside apex. Oh, Bill, a little bit squirrely. So he's going to lose a bit. He's going to lose a bit of a run there. Let's see what Bill can do. This is the main straight. They cut the timing beam. You can see Catch is going. Trying to cut that slipstream. Coming back across. Under braking now. He's trying to squeeze Bill out of it. Into the first chicane. That's where we stand. This is the replay. Catch. He did a fantastic job through Ascari. And he built a nice lead. which has helped him down this straight and down the main straight to keep the lead from Bill. And he still got it into the Lesmo one. Bill with a bit of a mistake. What's he done? Oh, he's come out too wide. He's just got the wheels off onto the sand, and that gap has now grown quite considerably. Turismo Deafy coming around the end of lap 13. He's yet to enter the pits. At least I don't think he's entered. 1:48.478, 14 seconds the lead. How's he made those tyres last so long? Here's the question. And then it's Marzan. He's 13 seconds off the lead, but that's because we haven't seen Deafy enter the pit stops yet. Somehow Deafy's been able to just make it last a huge amount of time. And that's Cooper behind. Catches up in the fourth right now, doing really well for Rockefeller. Now here comes Erky on Bill. Erky could be in the top 5 before we know it. It's Corvette Power versus AMG Mercedes. You can see those brakes glow red hot. And there comes the rest of the field. They're 7th and 8th. That's Neen Tisto. He's gotten around Turismo Rodrigo. Kyle, Gnarlywall 90. He's holding off J-Mag for the moment. And Souza's down in 11th. There's going to be a lot of things changing when all the pit stops are sorted. Here goes Neen Tisto. Side by side, Rodrigo's got a massive run. Look at that. Look at the speed he did coming by. Past our man Neen Tisto into Ascari. Rodrigo, will he get the car stopped? He does. He gets it through. And that's going to be very vital. Look at that. The car is just sliding on one wheel as he just puts it all down through the Ascari. Neen Tisto got a bit of a run. Rodrigo holds his line. Oh, look at that. Neen Tisto into Parabolica. Gets around the outside of Rodrigo. Fantastic. What's happening here with Bill and Erky? Bill has been put to 6th. Erky's got 5th. As we start lap 15, we've just hit... We're about to hit the halfway mark of this one. And Erky has 5th. Bill has 6th. Rodrigo, it gets in front of Neen Tisto again down that straight. It's impossible to tell who's who and where's where. Everything changes so quickly. Fantastic racing though. And the Corvette right now is having a bit of trouble keeping up with Erky. And Erky, I think, there's going to be a distant memory in the mind of Erky. Erky's going to be a distant memory in the mind of Bill if Bill can't get it done. Because Turismo Rodrigo's coming. And we all know he's capable of creating chances for himself. Let's check the gap up front. It's still 11.6. It's come down a lot. Deafy might be in trouble here if he's not pitting soon. He doesn't pit again. I think he's going to try and skip. He's going to go for the one stop here. 10.9. Look how quick it's coming down every lap. 149 was his last lap. That is slow considering. Cooper's got the quickest lap, 146. Let's see what Marzan. Let's see what lap C's are doing. 147.2. Deafy, I think he's run a little bit too long, or he forgot to pit. I don't know what it was. But look at the top left of your screen. you can see the interval, 10.3. And look at it drop. Every inch Marzan drives, the number is getting lower. We could be on for a different winner here today. We are at the halfway mark, so there's plenty of time to eat into that. Marzan can see that happening as well. He's just going to keep himself focused and continue on. And we're going to see, does Deafy pit? Here he comes. He's coming up to Ascari, so we're not too far away. 9 seconds now. 9.8. The Turismo driver needs to pit. Hey. Here we go. He's coming around the last corner through Parabolica. He's going in. This is interesting. Here's Marzan. I don't know if Marzan's going to have to go in either. Watching carefully. Marzan's going to take the lead. Deafy's in. Don't know if it was too late from the front runner. He's got some new boots. Softs to softs. Here we go. The only thing is, Deafy's going to be extremely new rubber when we get towards the end. As we can see, they can obviously double stint the soft. Deafy, though, he's double stinted it in the first run. Marzan double stinted it here. His lead is only 0.87 seconds. It's less than a second. Well, that's from Cooper. So Cooper's in front. Let's say it's about 4 seconds at the moment. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one. Deafy. Let's see what times he can put down. Marzan's putting down a 1:47.6. Wow, that's quick. Marzan, that is a quick time for a tyre that's not new. He's got 68 points currently in the championship. And he's leading this race on lap 17 of 31. We're over halfway, ladies and gentlemen. The quickest lap at the moment is his teammate behind him, Cooper. But they're going to be helping each other, I think, to the end here. Marzan on his redemption run from the GT World Finals. He was driving the Mercedes AMG as well in those same championships last week. This week, he's driving for the SFR GT Challenge, and he's leading this race. Let's see what he can do as he comes around the final corner. Let's see what time he can do. Remember, Cooper's probably going to be a little bit quicker. There it is. It's a 1:47.8. That's a quick time from Marzan. Deafy, what has Deafy done? Deafy needs to do a 46. He hasn't done it. A 1:47.3. He's matching the time at the moment. Let's see what can happen here. This is going to be a close finish. 18 of in. There's Catch down in 4th as well. He's coming through the first chicane. 5th and 6th. They're nice and close. Oh, 7th. Look at this. It's J-Mag, Neen Tisto, and Gnarlywall. Gnarlywall's on for one here. Neen Tisto's done a 1:49.8 himself. Let's see what he can do in the Toyota Supra. He's got the Aston Martin around the outside coming up to chicane number 2. Gnarlywall's had to duck in behind. Neen Tisto might be able to defend it. And under the brakes, that's what's happening. And Neen Tisto's defended 8th position beautifully. Gnarlywall's not going to give him much room. Coming up into Lesmo 1. We're on board with Neen Tisto. Look at this. This is Gnarly behind him in Lesmo 2. Look at the gap he's built under the brakes there. He's so much more confident. The Aston Martin, though, is going to have the slipstream as we come up towards Ascari. Oh, he's trying to break that slipstream. Gnarly is going to drive bump him a little bit. Let's see what happens. Braking into Ascari. He's kept it beautifully. The aero on that car doing a lot of the work, and he's run very wide out of Ascari. Gnarly's done the same thing. I think they'll get away with that one today. Up towards Parabolica, the last corner of the track. It's a increasing radius corner. It's a very difficult corner to take right. You can see J-Mag's almost done it a bit too wide. And now Gnarly's going to be under a lot of pressure here to get the slipstream and get the overtake. To 149 from Gnarly. J-Mag might lose 2 spots here if he's not careful. They're coming in. They touch once more. It's almost impossible not to touch here at Monza sometimes. And look at this. They are following nose to tail right now. The Toyota is just edging out the Aston Martin. And Gnarly can't find a way around. It's just not wide enough. That Toyota doing a fantastic job of defending. J-Mag's doing the same thing in the... Oh, look at this. This could be a surprise move. Up into Lesmo. And it's not quite done. 8th position is still Neen Tisto. Marzan still leads 1.6. He's actually built on Cooper. The beauty of Cooper being in between Marzan and Deafy right now is Cooper can actually hold off Deafy and give and create a bit of a bigger gap for Marzan. Whether or not that's the plan, we're about to find out. Cooper at the moment, driving out of his skin though in that Toyota. He's up in the 2nd spot. Doing a fantastic job. And the lead of this race and the winner of this race is not yet determined. A double stint from Deafy early on has put him onto some very sticky tyres towards the end of this race. Where it's going to be a double stint at the end for the 2 AMS boys, meaning they're going to be getting slower and slower as we get on. So they need to build a bit of time here. Whether or not they're doing enough is one for debate right now. It doesn't look likely. Deafy looks to be just that little bit stronger at the moment, but he's running 3rd, and he still will have to get around. That's the thing. He's going to have to make the overtakes, and these 2, Marzan and Cooper, aren't going to make that easy for him. Deafy's getting considerably closer now to the back of Cooper. Here we go. This is the back end of Cooper. You can see that Deafy is prowling in that Lexus. Oh, it's getting a little bit loose. 148 was his last time. Deafy's going to get a massive slipstream boost here. Is he going to make it easy for him? Cooper, he's not going to make it easy. He's going to run the champion out onto the grass there slightly. But Cooper has had to let him go around. I think he pushed that to the maximum limit. Cooper did a great job of making that difficult for Deafy. This is what Deafy had to contend with coming down up to Ascari. Look at Cooper just squeeze him out. Cooper sees the dirt fly and gives him a little bit of room. I think he wanted to avoid a big penalty later on if he caused an accident. So, the Cooper wall hasn't worked. Marzan's actually into the pits. That's very interesting. Marzan wasn't comfortable, and that's going to leave Deafy out in front, and I think he can make it to the end because he double stinted. Catch has actually come in as well. Soft to soft. So it's going to be 2 stops. And Marzan's out in 3rd. Cooper will continue on. He's going to try and eat in to Deafy right now. It's only 1.1 seconds the gap. But that's a bit of a shame. The Lexus somehow made his tyres last for a double stinted his tyres. And I'm pretty sure he was on softs as well. It wasn't anything crazy like a medium compound or a hard. But I don't know how he's done that. The rest of the cars here don't look like they've been able to do it. Marzan's had to go in for new. Or he just knows he's just not going to be able to keep up with Deafy if he doesn't get new rubber on. Rodrigo now takes 4th. Urqui's 5th. Catches into 6th right now. He's on new rubber though. So few of the guys now on 2 stops. The rest are pretty much on 1. There's Bill in 8th. Gnarly's got around Neen Tisto, and that's 9th for him. They're wearing a lot of the injuries on the cars right now. Cooper, though, that gap is growing. And Neen Deafy is just getting away from him. Second, and he's gone in. So he couldn't make it either. I don't know how Turismo Deafy's made that double stick work. We're going to have to find out in the interviews later. The team work hard. And Marzan will come around in second. Rodrigo, at the moment, he's sitting in 4th position. Cooper got 3rd. So Rodrigo's in 4th. J-Mag and Urki are in. Catch has gone around. And he's got 5th. You can see, soft to soft. That is what the new regulation next round is supposed to change. Well, a lot of the times we had a while at the start the tires wouldn't have lasted so long. A change mid-season from Polyphony Digital has meant the tires they actually last a lot longer, and they can get around each race on the softs, no problem. The medium compound we are mandating for round 5 will mean that's no longer going to happen. So that could mean you could see drivers come in the first lap and get rid of the medium, go back to what they like to do, but that's going to lose them a bit of time. Or they're going to just stick with the medium. And then there's going to be people that start on the soft, so they're going to be going quicker. But the medium will have to be used at some point. So it's going to really change up the strategy. We're going to see a lot of running and chasing through the pit stops, and it's going to make it interesting. We're going to have a lot of battles, a lot more battles. We've had plenty of action in both Division 1 and Division 2 at the SFR, but we're going to have so much more happening. At the moment, it's Gnarly in front of Neen Tisto. These two have been fighting pretty much since first pit stops have done, and Gnarly at the moment he's got Neen Tisto nose to tail again. Neen Tisto, though, needs to find the room. Gnarly's going to come back across defensively. Is he? No. He didn't even try to break the slipstream there, so he's confident the Aston Martin could get him through here. You can see again the brakes glowing red hot. Asking so much of those brake discs, everyone. It's coming down that long straight and then slowing the car right down. This is our leader. It's 12 seconds again. I don't know how he's done it. It almost seems like we need an FIA inquiry into how he's double stinted the tyres and no one else could, but that's Deafy. He's in front. There's only 8 laps to go, including the one we're on, so 7 to go once he gets around. And there's Marzan through Ascari. He's on newer tyres. 146. And Deafy's done a 146 himself. So they're going to be lapping about the same time. Super quick times, though, around here at Monza in the GT3. Cooper getting around. And he's behind his teammate now by 4 seconds. There's Catch. He's got Rodrigo catching him up. And here we go. He's going to get a slipstream. Catch isn't going to know it. Catch is trying to make it hard. He's not breaking that slipstream nearly as much as I think he would. Under braking. Closes right up, does Rodrigo. He's got to make the corner, though. And again, it was a little bit on edge, but he's done it. But that gap he made up under braking, all gone. Times from Rodrigo, 150. Erky's got 6 right now. And there's Gnarly coming. So Kyle is on his way. He's on his way up. He wants to increase that run. The number 90. Trying to do his best here. Gelson's asking, how is it Deafy has a 12-second difference? He double stinted on the softs at the start. He's only done 1 pit stop. And the rest of them have done 2. And that's how he's managed to do it. That's why, I mean, I don't know how he's done it. I don't know how the tyres have lasted doubly as long for Deafy. A lot of talk going on in the YouTube chat there. Pit exit penalty from Darien. Oh, so it looks like they might have picked up a pit exit penalty from Deafy. That could change things completely. MD says, also, it's Deafy. Who the hell knows? He's saying how there's tyre wear difference on controller and wheel, but then Deafy is he's just a magical beast. A wizard. A wizard in that car. It's 11 seconds now, and we've got 7 laps. 8 laps. Watch that time. It is growing once again. That's Marzen in second. He's on newer tyres. Don't know if it's going to be enough, though. He's got 68 points currently in the championship. But thanks for joining us here today on Demo 1 Garage, Rockefeller Racing, Stronger Together Racing, the SFR GT Challenge page, no matter where you're watching it from. But thank you very much for joining us. My name is Josh, I'm the commentator. You can join us on all of it, including Facebook and YouTube, where there's a lot going down, a lot of talk going down on YouTube currently. And that is how, this is how cars right now. Catch has found himself back up in the 4th after all the pits. Rodrigo's looking a little bit worse for wear on the back end of that car. Erky right now, he's trying to hold off Gnarly and Need. Excuse me. He's trying to hold off Gnarly and Neen Tisto. This is the gap. The gap might close down. Come up to the braking zone. Look how close they can get. Gnarly wants to push that Aston hard. But Erky just wants to see the front there and get away. The gap, only 1 second. 0.4, it's closing a little bit. Erky could be under a lot of pressure as we come up into the second chicane. We're on board with Gnarly. Oh, look at that. Erky gets a bit of dust up. That's going to give Gnarly the run he wants. Into Lesmo 1 now. A little bit of a better line there from Gnarly, but they're both a little bit off. Erky got the better run out, though. Into 2. Erky got a good run in. So did Gnarly. The chase is on now. Erky is going to try and break the slipstream. He's doing that. Gnarly needs to get in behind Erky here if he wants to use it. Look at that. Erky's going left to right. Up to Ascari. He's going to have to get back across if he wants to make the corner. Gnarly's just focused forward as we go through the corner. Gnarly gets through in that Aston Martin nice and cleanly. He's going to get slipstream now. Erky knows it. Waiting for it. There we go. Erky goes to the right. He's going to go back across to the left again, and he's done that. Under brakes again through Parabolica. As we're going to stick on board with Gnarly here. He's going to get a massive run through of slipstream. Erky is going to need to get a better run out through the corner. He's done that a little bit. Erky once again going across. It's not as violent. He might stick across to the left here or go back over across to the right at the last minute. He's thinking about it. Look at this. Look at Gnarly. Gnarly's made a lot of time right now. They're almost nose to tail once again. And Erky runs a little bit wide. I think he's left some black tyre marks on the exit curbing there. He was that sideways. And it's Aston Martin versus the AMG Mercedes right now of Erky. Erky, he's under a lot of pressure. Into chicane number 2. Gnarly doesn't look to go for that gap. I think he's going to try and do it up to the run to Ascari. So he just needs to sit behind here at Lesmo 1 and 2. And they're even catching up to Turismo Rodrigo up into 5th. But the battle is on now as we come towards the end of this race. There's only 4 laps to go. And Gnarly Wall right on the back end of Erky. He's worked on this now for a number of laps. Here we go. You can't even see Gnarly sometimes. He's that close. Up into Ascari. He didn't get the move done this lap. I thought he might have done it. But somehow Erky's had a good run out of the corners out of Lesmo 2. And he's kept Gnarly out of reach. Here we go. Up to Parabolica now. Super close. You can see Rodrigo. I think he's trying to double stint his tyres. This could really affect him. He might lose 2 or 3 spots before the end of this one. There's not many laps left, but they're so close. Just don't think Rodrigo's got the speed in him. It's all 4 cars now. 5th, back to 8th. Here we go. Even Erky's trying to put a move on. Rodrigo. He's going to have to start defending. That means Erky's going to lose sight of Gnarly behind. And Erky's actually touched the back of Rodrigo there. Helped the Dodge Viper through the corner slightly. So it's going to slow him down. Which means Gnarly had to put the brakes on a little bit. Up beside Rodrigo goes Erky though. Up towards number 2. Chicane 2. 5th and 6th. Rodrigo's got the inside line, and I don't know if he's got it stopped in time, but he's done it with 3 wide out of the corner. That was absolutely insane stuff. Gnarly's just snuck by. But these two were just fighting for it and going for it. And there goes Erky up the inside at Lesmo 2. Nintisto, I think, is going to finish the move done here on Rodrigo. He's back into 8th spot. Let's see how it all happened. Look at this. This was insane. Rodrigo goes wide. Gnarly just gets around it, and Rodrigo tried to squeeze Gnarly out. But as we continued on, Gnarly had the lead on these guys. And Erky got the move done under the brakes, so that was a beautiful move from him. But great stuff. So the Rockefeller race is up into 5th. His teammates there in 4th. So it's going to be really good points for Rockefeller today. Cooper getting through the first chicane now. Marzan, he's back 10 seconds. I don't know if they're going to be able to close him up with 2 laps to go. You can see it's very quiet for Marzan. Not many cars around at all. It's because Deafy's gone. Gornskis. So, let's go back to this mid-pack battle, which has seen so much action today. And Gnarly right now is trying to hold off his 5th position. We've only got a couple of laps to go, and Gnarly's in 5th. His teammates up into 4th. But that all could change with the long flowing straights here of Monza. Right now, Nintisto's just behind Gnarly, and Erky's been relegated to 7th. Oh, Gnarly keeps it within the track limits there. Nicely done. Look at the cars slide out wide. Gnarly, Nintisto, and Erky. All 3 of them. They could all finish 5th, 6th, or 7th here. Gnarly's got 5th right now, and he's going to want to try and keep it as we come up towards the last few laps. Drive on board with Tisto. He's going to have the slipstream. Well, they're bump drafting here. They're allowed to do that. That'll be why the back of the cars look so ugly here. Lots of bump drafting going on. He's got to be careful he doesn't punt Gnarly off into the first corner, though. Gnarly pulls it up just. And look at that. Look at the run the Aston got through there. Very impressive. As Tisto now has to make up almost a second through through 2 corners. Coming up to the final lap after this. So Gnarly's looking good. There's Rodrigo in 8th. J-Mag's got 9th right now. Souza's got 10th. We haven't seen much of these guys today. Bill, unfortunately, he's down in 11th. Q-Race is there in 12th. Exotica's got 13th. And Doogie, has not been able to recover since the start there. He's going to remain. He's a minute 26 off. Here comes our final lap, though, for Deafy. And he's got a lead by 9 seconds. It's getting lower and lower, but it's not going to be enough as Marzan comes around for his final lap. Cooper's got 3rd for his final lap now. And then it's Catch. Catch has had a really quiet one, but a great race. And 4th, I think, is going to be well-deserved. Gnarly, though, this is the unknown. Here we go. They're on their final lap. That is Tisto in behind. Oh, Turismo Racing has gotten up beside J-Mag here. These two are now fighting down the straight. This is for 8th and 9th. J-Mag got the outside line. Turismo with the inside. That could be the better one. And it is. And they touch. This is on board with Rodrigo. He just couldn't get it stopped in time. J-Mag, I think, should be right there. And they're fighting once again up towards the second chicane. Through Curva Grande. Rodrigo and J-Mag. Oh, they're fighting side by side right now. Tisto's got 5th. Gnarly's down into 6th. We will get you a replay of that. Oh, it already happened before the first chicane, so Gnarly's under a lot of pressure now. So we're finished. Deafy's won. But this is the unknown. Tisto, he's just in front of Gnarly. Urky's down there in 7th. It's going to be the battle here for 5th and 6th. Tisto's going to take the inside line. He sees Gnarly coming up into the last corner. Parabolica right now. Gnarly Wall tries to get around the outside. Tisto going back around the outside. He's still got 5th above his car, but I don't know if it'll be for long. It is super close. Gnarly's trying to cut it. 5th or 6th. I don't know where Gnarly's done it. Gnarly's just done it. Gnarly's just done it on Tisto. And now it's Rodrigo doing the same thing. Rodrigo actually got pipped there by J-Mag. And now Souza is going to come across for 10th. 11th for Bill. Exotica and Q-Racer here. These two guys super close. And I think Q-Racer's just beaten Exotica. Some amazing finishes here. Amazing stuff. And Doogie will come across in 14th. But it was Turismo Deafy who won out here today. Fantastic stuff. Now we'll get interviews from the top 3, and we will also get Kyle on board with us. but that is your winner. Turismo Deafy. He's taken the lead here today, and he's won it. Deafy, Cooper, Marzan. And we'll get Kyle. I've got to turn my sorry, I just got to turn the controller back on. It's turned off. Pete Mitchell, if you want to get involved, go to. You can either go to you can join the Rockefeller team, the Stronger Together team, or the Full Attacks Motorsport team. But they have an SFR GT Challenge Facebook, and I think that'll be the best place to go. They have a Discord as well. I actually don't know the link to the Discord. There's probably someone in the chat that can help you out. Yeah, if you can't find it, mate, come back and message me, and I will give you all the details at a later date. If you just want to message me. All right, Deafy's here. We're going to be talking to Cooper as well, and I'm just waiting for them to get in. So, yeah, what a race it was, though. Great move, Kyle, from Vic. Gelson enjoyed that one. That was crazy, wasn't it, mate? Insane. Alright, well, Deafy's here. Deafy was the leader. I don't know where Marzan is, but doesn't matter. You double... I don't know if you're there, Deafy.
Yep.
You double stinted at the front. How the hell did you manage that?
I'll be honest, it wasn't part of the plan to stay out of the pits that long, but I just looked at my tires and I looked at my laps, and I just kind of thought, oh, it's not too bad. And I just watched the pit lane go by, and I watched it go by again, and then before I knew it, it was lap 16. So I said, okay, I guess we're doing this now.
Yeah, your times were coming down, but like it wasn't too bad. Marzan was catching you up. Did you think maybe Cooper, because Cooper, you came out behind Cooper, I thought maybe Cooper would become a wall, Marzan would get the lead, and you would just be battling with Cooper for a while. I don't know, was that playing in your head?
Surprisingly, well, he was really kind, and he seemed to just let me pass. I wasn't expecting that. I've definitely gone through a Scary side-by-side before. It's a bit scary, but it definitely can be done. So had he done that, that would have been perfectly fine too, but he was extremely... kind, I guess, to let me by, so it never ended up being an issue, so I never had to worry about it.
Oh, well, it almost looked like he was squeezing you off just before Ascari, because you'd picked up dust on your back wheels. I don't know if you saw it, but we did.
I want to say it might have just been latency, because I don't remember, or maybe I was just drifting off a bit, because he definitely, I don't think he squeezed me off. I might have just accidentally gone a bit too far to the right. But I definitely don't remember him actually, like, forcing me to do that. It might have just been me.
Oh, we'll say it was not latency, and that's exactly what happened. But, yeah, amazing run on the double stint. No one else seemed to be able to do it, so I don't know if it's just...
I think Bill and Rodrigo did it.
Oh,
possibly others, too.
No, you're probably right. There was so much going on, I just didn't have time to write down everyone's strategy today, but you probably are right. But we're looking forward to round number 5. There's a rule change with the mediums. I know you're gonna be focused on the FIA yourself. How do you think that's gonna play out for round 5 onwards?
I think the mediums will make it interesting because you don't really know how people are going to utilize the fact that you have to like use them as like it's basically like you have to use it. So it's to the point, the first thing I thought, oh, well, what if I just put them on for one lap at the very end and that's it? But then if you do that, then you basically just wasted the pit stop. So you might as well use out the whole life of them. And I guess the question becomes when or which part of the stint, rather, or which part of your race is it the best time to use it? Like, is it best to start off with them and then maybe come back with the softs later? Or is it better to try and build a lead on the softs at the beginning and then use the mediums as a kind of last sort of effort, I guess? So it'll be neat to see how people, I guess, choose to use those tires. And I think it'll kind of throw a bit of a wrench into the series in a good way and maybe make the races a bit more entertaining with the extra strategy thrown in.
Well, that's what the aim is to do. So I'm glad you're on board with it. But yeah, great race from you today, Deafy. We'll see you next week or in 2 weeks in round 5. And yeah, good luck in the FIA. That's just started up.
Thank you.
Next was Marzan. We had high hopes for the boy. He was second. He was leading the race for a lap or so, but Deafy got the better of him. Marzan, how was that one for you, buddy?
Well, I thought it was pretty good in overall. I just did. I remember doing a few mistakes that actually cost me, I don't know, like 2 seconds overall. But I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, as I told you at the beginning, I was kind of warming up during the race. I actually started beginning touching the 46, the last stint. So that probably cost me, I don't know, a few seconds more. But I'm pretty comfortable with overall race. My strategy. I mean, it wasn't like that plan. It was kind of improvised, but I mean, it was kind of the most, I don't know, the best to select one, right?
Well, one thing that really impressed me was we had 3 red flags, and all 3 times you still managed to get around Deafy, and you had to implement a different plan for three different starts. That must have been bugging you a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I remember. I think it was the second red flag. He actually won the reaction time, and if it wasn't by the red flag, he actually went. Probably will be first in that first lap. So I was kind of lucky with that red flag.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, it happens, but I was just like, you had him first go. He beat you almost a second. You got him on the third, but I mean, it was a great battle between you two there.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that race. Definitely, it was very interesting. I mean, it was a good show for all the guys that are being in the race, right? So.
Do you think you could have double stinted the tires like we saw Deafy do, or was that just not possible?
Well, I actually think about it, but I just went to most safety. You know, I just went through to do 2 stints just to make sure I didn't do any major mistake, because as I told you, I didn't have actually a lot of time practice, so I just went. I prefer going to the safety.
Well, it worked out considerably well. We've got round 5 coming up with the rule change as well, so we know that's going to change some things. And I'm sure you're focused on the FIA series again. Are you more of a Nations Cup or a Manufacturers Cup man? We obviously see you at the Manufacturers series in Paris, but what's your favorite?
Yeah, I actually prefer manufacturer, just by the case that everyone have to apply different strategies. I don't like too much Nations, but I'm gonna do it right. But I don't kind of like it because actually same strategy everyone. Actually one make every time. It's kind of boring. But I gotta try it, right?
Hey, that's true. That's true. Well, good luck in it, and we'll probably see you back over in the World Finals at some point. But yeah, thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
And Cooper came in third in the Toyota Supra. Yeah, how was that one for you? Down in third.
Well, this is my first race in SFR GT, so I'm actually kind of glad I got third place. Off of the first start, I could have had, been in that mid-pack battle.
Yep.
But I think I got the start right with the Supra today.
Yeah, you did really well, actually. Now, Deafy was saying you were being quite kind and you let him through. Was that how you saw it?
Yeah, you can't make the move with Ferrari at all. It's just not an overtaking place. Just two cars just don't fit into that one corner. So I just let him pass back on down the straightaway.
Yeah, well, Deafy seems to think he was on for it. You know, two cars wide through Ascari, but you're not quite so certain. Have you tried it yourself, or has it just never worked?
I mean, I haven't tried it, but I've seen videos from FIA, so it just does not work.
Nah, fair enough.
Mm.
Yeah, we thought you were going to act as a wall, but it didn't quite work out because Deafy double stinted, and he just seemed to be a little bit quicker there after he pit stopped. But great run for you. The Toyota Supra, is that a car that you love and enjoy? Is that something that's dear to your heart?
The thing is, I don't drive the Supra a whole lot. This was actually like not the very first time, but it's only been a few times since I've driven the Supra. But it's a very good car. I think it's just a very interesting car to drive as well. I think it could be competitive this FIA season. I might pick it for manufacturers next season, so it's very interesting.
Well, they're actually making a Toyota Supra GT Sport series just using that one car. So you being a driver of it, I mean, you'd be well suited.
I could drive it well. It's just that I don't really prefer using the I prefer other cars than the Supra, even though I like the Supra. So
yeah. I just wanted to chuck it in there and see what you thought, but it's I mean, it's an interesting car. I'd prefer the Ferrari myself, but everyone thinks I'm a bit crazy. But yeah, thanks for your race today, Coops, and yeah, can't wait to see you in 2 weeks' time. You'll be back.
Well, I actually won't be back. I think Brooksy will be back for the next 2 rounds in the Super, but I definitely will be back. I think the Catalunya race. So
awesome. Well, congrats. Yep.
It's up for him today. So
no, it was good fun. It was good to see you in the Super as well and seeing what it's capable of. So yeah, thanks again, man. Gnarly well 90. Kyle in the Aston.
How you doing tonight, Josh?
Oh, I'm good. I know you're a big fan, and you were on the screen. You got a lot of screen time today. A lot of action for you.
Yeah, starting off turn 1 there when me and Rodrigo kind of went our opposite ways there through the grass. And, you kind of get to the start of that race, it's like a bee swarm, man. And if you get kind of kicked to the side, I just got kicked, I got punted, I got moved out of the side. I think it was even some of my teammates and stuff. But it's all good. I understand it's tight racing. It's a tight league. Everyone's going. I kind of had to check up for the guys in front of me, and I kind of got ran over. But you don't have any choice there but to just get it going, and kind of took my anger out on the field as I came back through it.
Now, the last few laps, it was you, Neen Tisto, I think, and Rodrigo. You were all fighting for, I think, 5th spot. Rodrigo and Tisto were coming together into the first chicane, and then all of a sudden you've come around the outside 3 wide and you've snuck through.
Yeah, that was quite a move. Really, everybody from Tisto, Eric, J-Mag, and Rodrigo, we kind of bunched up there towards that end of the race, and it really made for some great racing. Even from the seat, I was kind of sweating there and just trying to make sure I hit my mark, stayed on track, and I really came out there, through that 3 wide, kind of got the benefit of some clean air on the other side there.
Does the Aston have any disadvantage coming down the straight? Does it like kick out too soon? Is it the top end not quite enough, or did you have enough pull?
Yeah, I think me and my teammate talked a lot about just kind of turning the corner. This is actually a really good track for the Aston. A lot of good acceleration and down the straightaway pool. The turns is kind of where we suffer. So some of our first couple of races, Fiji, Suzuka, and then Panorama, you just got a lot of tight turns in there. And we feel like we kind of struggled. So, we talked a lot about this week about hitting the reset button, coming forward with good strategy, good game plan. We brought out some new liveries just to kind of help us turn the corner there. You know what I mean? We knew we were fast, so we were trying to double down on some points and make sure we both got a good team finish. And so really to come away 4th and 5th for Rockefeller Racing is really what we needed to move forward together. So I'm glad I put on a great show for the fans that people were watching and stuff like that. Just can't wait to go to the next race now.
Well, there were people asking at the end, how do they join? So you really did put on a hell of a show. So well done, dude. And Catch as well. I know he's listening. But, yeah, Rockefeller 4 and 5th. That's going to be some good points.
Yeah, we definitely needed it after the first couple of rounds and stuff like that. So huge thanks to Josh, too, man. Thanks for taking the time out every week and putting this production together for us. Really appreciate it, both for Division 1 and Division 2. I love watching on off weekends, watching the broadcast. Big fan of all the work you're doing stuff. So for the whole SFR family and Rockefeller Racing family, we appreciate you, all you do, too, man.
Nah, cheers, Kyle. It means a lot. Yeah, thanks again. 5th, congratulations, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with the new regs.
Yes, definitely. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy the show.
Thanks, mate. Well, that was Kyle, Gnarlywall 90. He's a big fan. But that's going to mean the end of the broadcast tonight. We've had some great racing, close racing. We've had everything. Monza really put on a great show. We're going to have Division 2 same time next week, so expect more of the same. If you need to get in contact, you can always contact me here at Demo 1 and I can put you into contact with whoever you need to be. But it's been a great run today, and congratulations to Deafy, Marzin and Cooper there for the 1, 2, 3. Anyway, my name's Josh. This is Demo 1 Garage. Remember, race hard on the edge, and as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Josh.